So dear student, today we are going to perform an chemical reaction, and through this chemical reaction we would observe that a chemical change brings a permanent change. So for this experiment we have required some instrument. So to perform this experiment we would require a test tube stand. So we have a plastic test tube stand. We required two test tube, so we have a two test tube. Another thing that is required is a stirrer. So for stirrer we have taken an glass rod. Another thing is a spatula. So for mixing iron nails we are going to use an spatula. Another thing that is required, we have needs a copper sulfate solution. This is the solution of copper sulfate, and another things that is required is a iron. Okay. So first we need to take a copper sulfate solution in both one test tube. So as these chemicals are dangerous, so we have to use very carefully. This is a copper sulfate solution. And another one, also I am using the same quantity of copper sulfate solution in second test tube. So I think both one test tube have a same quantity. Now the next, now you all can observe the color of copper sulfate solution. You all can see what color you observe here, beta? Blue color. Great. So both one test tube I have taken copper sulfate solution, and this is a bluish in color. Now our next step is to mix this iron nails into one of the test tube to observe the change. So here by using the spatula I am going to mix some quantity of iron in very first test tube. We have to wait slightly. First we need to mix the solution using the stirrer. So here I am mixing the solution. Now student, you all can observe a clear color difference between these two solutions. The very first one solution is a copper sulfate solution, and you can see it is a slightly bluish in color. But beta, the color of second solution where I have mixed some iron nails, the color is slightly changed. So this gives an clear observation that beta, chemical change brings a permanent change. Here the copper sulfate solution that is initially bluish in color, when I mix iron, this change into slightly greenish in color. It will take slightly more time to change into green color, but you can see it is slightly going towards the direction of green. Okay. So now this is about your experiment.